Underdog Daily with Badge Bros, Jon and Nez hanging out. Black and Yellow Dog app, platform of the people. Underdog Fantasy. We got a fun day today. We had a really nice World Series game last night. We had a fun NBA slate. We got another fun 4-game NBA slate today. We got Thursday night football, so we got a little two-game primetime palooza to talk through. But some all-time dunce cap move here for the show to be late here. I was just telling my boy Nez, went with the shaker cup this morning instead of the dirty hands clean money that's in the dishwasher there. And I paid the price, Nez. I gave it a shake, and the entire beverage is now on the wall. So it's half cleaned up. We'll get the rest of it.
Do you need to clean that before it stains?
I gave it a good wipe. I gave it a good wipe.
I don't think you do. I don't trust you. If you say so, man.
I mean, just such a dunce cap move to go like half screwed on, full shake like this, and then just.
So you're not like a finger on the mouthpiece shake guy. You just grab by the body and just like pray.
Usually I'm a finger on top guy. I don't know what I was thinking this morning, dude.
I don't know, man. I don't know, but I'm excited for today's conversations because there's like two pretty big narratives that I want to get out there that if you're playing, you have to be tapped into. You have to.
Okay. Well, hey, okay, let's not bury the lead. Let's talk about those two narratives.
So yeah, if you're in the streets, you got to know two things that are happening right now. First off, the Miami Heat, for the third time in this young season, are playing a game the night after an NBA YoungBoy concert. That is like unfathomable to me. How?
Wait. Okay. I'm going to let you go with this. I just need to know two things.
Sure.
Who's NBA YoungBoy?
Sure.
And are both they're all in Miami, or this is a travel schedule?
No, okay. their travel schedule somehow happens to follow his tour. Spot after spot. We're only a couple games into this young season.
Yeah.
3 games after. And I think it's bothering the beat writers more than it's bothering the players, but maybe the players are a little annoyed that like they're trying to breathe clean air to get ready for the game and they keep like smelling like old skunked like arenas. Like
I gotcha.
You know, people are smoking these things out. NBA YoungBoy stands for Never Broke Again. YoungBoy, rapper, got popular in like 2016, got really popular leading up to 2020, ended up getting put on house arrest. And now he's free off house arrest. So he's touring for the first time since he's like really, really gotten popular.
Okay.
And so people are going crazy at his concerts and apparently smoking a bunch of weed. And so I'm not saying that this isn't already factored in by, the overlords that define what the projections are. However, they might not be. So that's something to consider. And then,
hold on. I got 2 more questions about the narrative. Do we know if any of the Hoopers have been attending these concerts?
I bet they attended like the first one. They're like, nice. Yeah. And then the second time they're like, well, that's weird. Like, I'm a young boy again. And then the third time they're probably like, oh, really? Like,
well, I mean, it doesn't matter if Bam attended; he's still going to put up 36 fantasy points. So it doesn't really matter if he went. But if some of the other guys were out and about, the other narrative here, Nez, is I don't know if you recognize, but the pace for the Miami Heat is way up this season comparative to what we've been accustomed to, and that does not run parallel to the ganja. You would think they would slow down the pace if NBA young blood was filling these arenas with the purple haze.
You're right, but maybe they don't handle it well, and like they got like the panic attacks, and so they're like really frantic and like kind of playing outside of their norm because they're anxious.
We got some junior ass smokers on the Heat. Is what we got.
Hey man, that stuff can get the best of us, man. Don't think you're too good for it. But so big narrative, keep it on the radar. And then the other narrative, if you're in the streets and you're playing, you have to be aware of like the age-old narrative. The 1-on-1 narrative is the birthday narrative. And if you're in these streets and you're going against old Roto Run, you're in trouble. because it's our boy John Warner's birthday today, everybody, ladies and gentlemen. So if you're in the streets, you're going against the birthday narrative. So I'm just saying, don't expect a whole lot of winnings because he's got the narrative on his side. Happy birthday, Sir Run.
Thank you. Yeah, I am feeling quite old today. But yes, I nobody runs better than me, Nez, than me on my birthday. That is the evergreen, narrative.
Yeah, with the shaker. Yeah, good start.
I want to start to the day, baby. Want to hit on a couple things in the chat here, Nez, as we get going. David, our guy, rolling through, win, lose, draw, it doesn't matter. Our guy David, always supporting, baby, always supporting. Drops off 5 Badge Bros memberships at the door. Appreciate you, David. Much love, my friend. And then Respooked, I saw you last night. I've been noticing. I saw you second place finish last night. I believe I have it ready to go right here. I'm going to pull it up for the people here. But a second place finisher in the buzzer beater or full court press?
Is that
1,500?
Is that full court press? Was full court press 4K to first?
I don't think
I didn't play it.
I think it's got to be buzzer beater, right?
No, buzzer beater's 2K.
Oh, maybe it's full court press then. I was only in the main last night.
Yeah. The dad. Duh. The dad.
Oh, okay. There we go. That makes more sense. Late slate. Yes. There you go. From Respook. So shout out to Respook. Thank you for the kind donation there, my friend. Respook always out here grinding with us and always drafting alongside us. Had some good success in the MLB streets this year as well.
Yeah, man. Love to see it. Congrats. Nice hit there. And thank you for the dono. Definitely don't have to do that, man. But appreciate it and always appreciate you hanging out with us every day. Every damn day. Respook's here with us.
Absolutely. Thank you all in the chat here wishing me a happy birthday too. I was going to keep those ones, the cards close to my vest.
I know you were.
But Nez, I wasn't going to say shit. But Nez got it out in the open. So appreciate the love and support from the community. Nez, let's talk about last night real quick here. Definitely had eyes on the baseball game more so than the basketball stuff last night, but I was flipping back and forth for sure. I did watch a good portion of the Atlanta game to start there because I was vested in Trey. I watched some John Morant stuff after the baseball game had ended as well. Watched a little bit of the Raptors game too because they started it early because of the World Series. There, KD looking like vintage KD. It looked beautiful out there. But takeaways from last night as I pull up leaderboards and stuff.
I mean, just injuries everywhere. Very, very, very much a bummer. Like pretty much half of my teams were DOA off the hop because of Trey and AD. So that was a huge bummer. But I was able to watch the second half of the Lakers game and a good bit of the Suns game. And Devin Booker would have had an awesome night if he would have hit like a shot in the first half. Ended up playing a really good game in the second half after that. But that was a weird one. And it's just back to back like weird slates, man. I had some okay teams, but no good Cade Cunningham teams.
Yeah.
And the only thing that I can like hang my hat on is Laurie had a great game, and Jaden McDaniels had a great game. So
yeah, good shout. That was a great scroll there. That was a great scroll. Good shout on that one.
Yeah, so there's that.
Yeah, for sure, dude. We'll take a look at the winner here. I'm in the same camp as you. If we just look at my exposures from last night, I full faded Zion. I played the exciting whites, but I played AD over the other exciting white. So I played a lot of Giddy, played a lot of John. It was fine, but not amazing. Sharp ended up being my late round guy. I played a lot of Cunningham. I actually had him at 3 in my ranks at one point in time. I actually moved Austin Reeves to 4, which neither here nor there. I think AD would have smashed if he stayed healthy there. But yeah, man, Austin Reeves is absolutely on one right now. And then same as you, dude. Like I was really hoping for what was going to happen at the tail end of that Phoenix game for like my Booker plus Cade teams to kind of salvage the night for me. But same camp as you, DOA, man, with 29% AD and 29% Trey there.
Yeah, made for a relatively easy sweat or lack thereof because wasn't much to see.
Right. Yeah. Wasn't much to see indeed. Man.
Yeah.
Reese Booth rolling through with another one, man. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate you so much. Not necessary, but mad love and congrats again on the big dub last night. I did see Car Park up there and Cowboys alongside him too. So truly a who's who. Main contest here, Nez. Coltrane 5 here drops the winner. This was a Cade plus Siakam, which was a little bit of a GM, not going to lie, but I had a couple in my bag. I did 110 last night, and I wound up with a couple of them because people were soft fading the Siakam stuff, and people were getting funky at the 106 at times there, which led to some combos. Laurie was, the guy that wasn't a projection darling who was falling in rooms. Take advantage of that. You pair it with Keynote, man. Keynote, we talked about it yesterday, but the usage for Keynote has been very, very impressive. Very impressive stuff there. It wasn't the greatest matchup in the world. You game stack it with Drew there instead of Sharp, which was what my dunce ass was doing a couple times there. And then Zach LaVine in the revenge game spot in the last round. Nice lineup here from Coltrane.
Yeah, it is. It's a really nice lineup. I had like 3 Siakam Cades as well. Just people looking at that last box score for Cade and thinking the Magic or, a stay away spot kind of helped with that. But I definitely didn't have 6 Cade stocks in my mental model, but still a great game from Cade, 52 without the stocks. So, not to take anything away from his night, but yeah, shout out to Coltrane, man. Nice team.
Yeah, very nice team here. Numi gave me 30% Cade, and I still had a minus 30% ROI thanks to Zion. Oof. Yeah, I mean, the Zion stuff, I faded it for 2 reasons. I really did not think he was going to play basketball based on like the lines that we were seeing and the lack of fluctuation in the lines and that sort of deal. And then like the practice report stuff, even though shout out to Mike Gallagher, who was all over the sweat narrative with him actually working hard at practice, that thought he was going to play, and that turned out to be true there. But I was on the other side of the coin with that one. And then I don't love guys going to altitude. Nez, at the Dog Bowl last year, we Pete and I were talking to Gil Arenas and Brendan Jennings for a little bit there. And we literally specifically asked about altitude and injury report and stuff like that. And Jennings was like, man, rookie year going to Denver, no chance I was having a good night. Like, no chance. And guys that go there like once a year, twice a year, he was like, no chance. And I don't know, it's kind of lived rent free in my head. Not to say that's why I was fading Zion. I just made the wrong call on the injury report, but just something I've been thinking about ever since, kind of thing.
Yeah, the altitude will get you, man. It definitely is. It's definitely a factor, somewhat, for sure. Mm-hmm. And if you are not like ready to take it seriously, for sure, it'll get you. But yeah, the Pelicans, I think, have worse problems than not acclimating to altitude, and I think it's just because they're just not very good.
As Mike alludes to in the chat here, as soon as we saw them starting DeAndre, this is not a serious team kind of thing here. Like getting the DeAndre Jordan revenge start against Joker there.
That's nuts, man. That is crazy.
Yeah. All right, Nez. Anything else to say on last night's slate, or are we ready to turn the page?
I'm ready to go. Let's do it.
All right, cool. Yeah, so most notable stuff for this evening, as I just give me 1 second here, pull it back up, is just a 4-gamer. We've been dealing with some larger slates in recent memory. This is our first 4-game main slate. We had a 5-gamer as a main slate earlier this season, but just in terms of like how deep you could go in the player pool and the fragility of projections and stuff like that, I think it's just good to note that, like, hey, you're not dealing with the stars at the back end anymore. There's a lot more fragility and projection and playing time, and there's a lot more game environment based stuff to talk about at the back end, where it's like, hey, if we're playing one game for a blowout, we probably shouldn't pair this player with this player. So a little bit more of a game theory dynamic to some of these 5 gamers. It mirrors more closely to some of the 2 gamers or the late slate dynamics that we deal with. We have all the injury reports. Orlando renowned for being they're the Minnesota Twins of the NBA. They're renowned for getting us the injury reports and the lineups nice and early there. We got a Q tag on Franz, and we have Jalen Suggs, who's been on a minutes restriction on the back-to-back, ruled out there. So they're the only team on a back-end back-to-back. Front-end back-to-back, nobody as well. So relatively clean slate there. We have basically all the information we could need outside of Franz right now. Big information. We'll talk about some of the other ones as we bring up the injury report there. But relatively speaking, like, we could kind of have some takes that are going to stick tonight here.
And as opposed to what?
Well, as opposed to like the slate being complete and utterly flipped on its head in half an hour by Zion being ruled in or something like this.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, never say never, but yeah, I would agree with you on the whole there. This is a really loaded slate for 4 games, like you said. Top 3 of studs here, and then like LaMelo after it ain't so bad himself, and then Paulo as a consolation prize either isn't bad. Like really, like and even if you do get the 6th spot, like first off, I find it really hard to deviate from Steph and Bam. Like, I don't know why you would. I think that's just like too much of a sacrifice. Maybe you do Jimmy in there, but like I would not put Sar at the 1-2 turn there, and Franz at the Q tag. I wouldn't. But like that's not a bad consolation prize, I suppose. But man, it's definitely after the top 3 clearly falls off a little bit. But we've seen Melo have some good games as well, so maybe not the end of the world, but some tight games here, which is nice. Other than Wizards Thunder,
yep,
which is a 15.5 spread.
Correct. Yep.
And I tell you what, man, people don't care. People don't care. They are jamming these Washington Wizards against the OKC buzzsaw. I don't know, man. Godspeed. I think that's it's a little wishful thinking by the field, but ADP has been on one lately, so.
Yeah, no doubt. A couple things to break down there for sure. We'll go into like the usage rate stuff and Bilal Coulibaly coming back there, probably going to be on a restriction. Wizards, they might not be same old Wizards. Like they might not just be the doormat. They've actually been playing some pretty good basketball, some pretty inspired basketball to start this year. But yeah, this is a different beast when you're dealing with OKC, one of the best defensive teams and one of the best transition defensive teams. We'll talk about the specifics of that, but that's kind of what I was alluding to, Nez, with the game theory of a 4-gamer here. Is if you play that game to be close, you kind of want to play more pieces of that game, do you not? And if you play that game to blow out, like the kind of spread indicates here, that maybe you play less pieces of that game environment, or you ape into another one and you play a one-off from that game environment, or you play the garbage time component of that. So I think I think that's the cool game theory element of this slate, is how you mix and match that game alongside these other ones.
Right. I think conceptually game stacking it, if your take is that it's closer than 15.5, like does make sense. But I think like on the other hand, if it is close, like are the Thunder just having like a terrible game? And that's why the Wizards are able to like stick around.
Sure, yeah.
I mean, sure, there's more minutes to go around, but maybe they're just like incredibly inefficient. Just to play devil's advocate a little bit there. That's not to say that I'm not drafting any Wizards. There's just like some Wizards that I just think are priced a little high. Mainly Sar. I think Sar is priced very, very high.
Yeah, I mean, Sar went from like a low-key cupcake matchup there and made the most out of it, and then they played fast, and they played limited minutes without Embiid. They only played 23 with Embiid against him kind of thing, and he had the game of his life. He was knocked down from 3. It was everything came up Sar on that one. And this is going to be kind of like a different beast. Now, you're not dealing with both Chet and Hartenstein, but we know what Hartenstein can be on the defensive end at times.
Yeah, exactly. And just in general, man, they're just going to, like, it's the Thunder, man. You know, we're all aware of their defensive prowess. And, yeah, matchup aside, it's going to be tough sledding for the Wizards tonight for sure.
Yeah. Well said there, dude. We'll go game by game here. I just want to hit one thing in the chat here. OG Jason rolling through here. Or Jackson, maybe with the X. Jackson? I'm going Jackson now that I see the X. It's either blanking out the vowel or it's going with Jackson. Like it works both ways.
So
but
it's minus 110 both sides there. It's close.
Yeah, it's a true pick about here. And the screen name doesn't give me any help because he goes by Joppy, Joopy, Joo. There we go. Joopy there. Gets a fourth place right there last night, sending some love our way. Mad respect, my friend. Like, love to see it.
Yeah, congrats, dude. Thanks for hanging out.
Love that. Okay, let's jump on back to the beautiful Unabated interface and walk through it all game by game here, Nez. And I think maybe we'll introduce some clarity to both ourselves and to the community here as we go through it all, man. First game on the docket here, Hornets and Magic. This one is a 2.5 by way of the Magic, and this is a 239. I actually want to check in on the Unabated line and see how. There we go. See how things have changed. Started as a 3. So not overly drastic with the potential removal of Suggs and Franz. Franz obviously Q tag, Suggs already out there. So just wanted to check in and see kind of like what's been happening market-wise from a movement standpoint. I think it's just important to note that the Magic have been playing faster this year, 8th in pace this season, which is encouraging. Not our same old Magic where we were dealing with 209 and 210 totals and stuff like that this is actually a pace-up team going against a pace-up team there. So I just want to put that on people's radars. The Suggs out tag, Mo Wagner with the out tag as well, and then the Q tag on Franz Wagner. I was actually looking for something that happened last night. It looks like a left heel contusion. I didn't see anything in the game. I watched like a bit of it. I was jumping back and forth, and then I was looking on the X machine, which is impossible to search these days, and I didn't see any video footage of like something to be like genuinely scared about. It feels more of like a little bit of a back-to-back. Can we get our offense going with only 2 pieces out there, or can we get a staggered rest day here? But I didn't see anything. Did you see anything, Nez?
No, I did not. I'm just kind of like crossing my fingers and taking the dip in the draft rooms on Wagner. He's a tough guy. He tends to play. I mean, he had that big injury last year, but that was like he had no choice but to sit that one. Otherwise, he plays quite a bit. And the Magic have pretty high hopes this season to make some noise in the East. So, and the spread isn't very large here, but they're on a back-to-back. I lean that he plays.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he plays on a back-to-back, and if there's any sort of work needing to be done with the heel, if he mentions to a trainer like my foot's a little sore, my heel's a little sore, I don't think these teams are taking chances with the injury reports these days. They're just, it's like on a back-to-back as well, like put him down, let people know, and then ultimately I still think he plays.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I like the take, man. I respect the take there. I put Desmond Bane on the cover largely for inspiration, largely for please, Desmond Bane, start fucking shooting again. Please start. Let's get this offense with Franz driving to the rack and Bane shooting, not the inverse of the two. Let's get the touch time up for these guys. Maybe it happens this evening with no Jalen Suggs. But yeah, just talking through the dynamics of the slate here, I think Desmond will project a little bit better than his current price tag as is. And then if you take Franz out, he would project even greater than that. I think it brings Anthony Black into play. They may start Tyus Jones. They started Tyus Jones in the absence of Jalen Suggs, but his touch time's really down and he's been quite bad. So I was jamming Anthony Black in the 6th round. I don't know if it's sharp or not. but my first 20 drafts, I'd probably have 10 Anthony Black 6th round shares there. But Eggers has an interesting take in the chat here, like Paulo Black Hole. It does look like we talked about this yesterday because they were on yesterday's slate, that my Bro Science eye test was a lot of ISO ball in the half court. It was a lot of just like Paulo gets the ball and just does whatever he wants, opposed to swinging it around and that sort of deal. But I don't know. Any takes outside of the playing the Franz Q tag?
I mean, I'm definitely playing a lot of Paulo for sure. I'm not playing him over Ball because the field isn't, and I don't feel that strongly about the take, but I do like Paulo over LaMelo. Like if I, gun to my head, who do I think will score more fantasy points tonight? I would say Paulo, but I'm taking Melo because that's how ADP has it. I like Paulo, and for in this spot here, super high total, tight spread. These are the spots. I mean, I like all the Magic, literally like 1 through 4 here. Don't have any Anthony Black yet. I like that call. I might mix in some more Anthony Black in the 6th, just because like why not? But I really like the Magic today. Like top to bottom, all their ADPs are fair, if not like undervalued, outside of like Paulo.
Well said, dude. Yeah, well said there. Any questions about the 5 here? I just want to note, people, last night that they waved the white flag a little bit early. So if you're looking at box score minutes from last night, minutes are going to be like, it's encouraging for tonight that they didn't go full last night because it is the back-to-back and that sort of thing. But like Paulo got up to 34. I mean, he didn't play the last 5 minutes of that ball game, and he definitely obviously is going to be out there and close. Like he was pacing for like 40, like Desmond Bane was pacing for 35. Franz was pacing for 38. Like there were some big time minutes to go around. There's a question about Goga as a last round pick. Like we like him as a rate standpoint. I think they just prefer Wendell Carter Jr. so much more right now. And Goga was like a pretty big dash when he was out there. I guess it was 2 games ago. Now, the reason he played more minutes last night is there were 3 fouls on Wendell Carter Jr. in the first half there. So I never say never on a short slate dynamic like this. If you get like 25 minutes of Goga, I could definitely play from a rate standpoint in the last round. But I was team Anthony Black for more projectable impact than that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty interesting. No, I'm going Wendell Carter Jr. here. But I like your Anthony Black call, and we're always on Goga watch. I just do not think it's I don't think it's tonight.
Yeah, sounds good. Any love for Tyus if he jumps into the starting lineup again, or is it just, maybe it's not the right fit right now, maybe he's not playing well right now, maybe they just start Cole Anthony Cole Anthony. There we go again. First Anthony and Anthony slip up of the day. Anthony Black instead.
What was the question? You threw me off with your picks up.
Who they start at the 1, or who they start if both Franz and Suggs don't go. We already know Suggs won't go.
Yeah. Well, I kind of think it's Tyus, but maybe it is Anthony Black.
No, to be fair, Nez, I think they will start Tyus. Mm-hmm. I agree with you. I just think Anthony Black will play more.
Probably.
Yeah.
And then would it be De Silva? Maybe.
I think so. Yeah.
I'm not clicking them, but I think that's who will be out there.
Yeah. I mean, I want to get excited about our guy, Jonathan Isaac, once upon a time again. We know what he could do from a rate standpoint, but he hasn't been playing at all. He was full. The garbage time run guys last night were like Howard Richardson and Isaac, De Silva and Goga. So I'm down bad right now with those ones. Mm-hmm. All right, dude, let's move to the other side of that ball game and talk about the Hornets here a little bit. We talked about this two days ago, how Brandon Miller, obviously going to be absent from the lineup for some time here. He has been what did I say? He was the 6th highest usage per 100 possessions in all of basketball prior to going out, and that was what not what led to the LaMelo huge game, but like in tandem with that, like he was the 6th highest usage, and like he was up there with like big name guys like Giannis and Luka and all that sort of stuff. So there was a lot to fill in there. Led to a nice Colin Sexton game there. Our guy Knipple had 19 points. We needed that 19.5 on
I
the dog
know.
app there. That was a painful one. Kalkbrenner continues to start at the 5 there, and he put up like 31 minutes last time out, I believe.
Yep.
30 minutes last time out there. So yeah, just thoughts on this outside of the obvious at the front end of draft boards.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think this is a pretty fun team to get to, especially at ADP.
Yep.
LaMelo 4, I'm going to keep him there. I like Bridges tonight at ADP. I like Sexton at ADP. Like, this is a pretty. There's a lot of minutes dedicated to this starting 5.
Mm-hmm.
All pretty much playing 30 plus. So they're all draftable. I'm taking Knipple, taking some Kalkbrenner as well. Yeah, this is like, we know who's going to be on the floor for them. And we are anticipating a tight game with a lot of scoring. This bodes pretty well for the Hornets as well. Like, this is a pretty concentrated team, really 2 concentrated teams here kind of going at it. So I'm pretty excited about the starting 5 here. Trey Mann will get some run, but like, I'm not drafting him. But yeah,
usage rate's been beautiful for Trey Mann off the bench though.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the takes here, Nez. I think we're anticipating the same starting lineup, right? Like the Bridges, Knipple, Kalkbrenner, Ball, Sexton. That's what we're anticipating this evening.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Trey Mann 6-man up, and then Diabate splits the 5. Salon mixes in for like 16 to 18 minutes. They're still trying to find something with him, kind of deal. But yeah, dude, I got to take here. Hear me out. East Coast Jazz.
Okay. I like it. I see the parallels.
Like they're a little more concentrated this year. They're trusting their stars a little more. They're running tighter. They're playing a little bit faster. I mean, there was a point in time where the perception on the Hornets were that they always played fast as hell. And then as they slowly lose personnel, in particular Ball, at isolated windows, they get slower. And then there was a point last year where they were a pace down team. And now we've gone pendulum back to like, they're decent. They're not like tops of the league in pace kind of thing, but they're kind of like, yeah, I'm going East Coast Jazz, dude.
I like it. I like where your head's at with that. I mean, it makes it like I said, a lot of parallels there. 2 teams that were bad last year and trying their best right now. We love that.
Yeah, I still want them to play a little bit faster, but yeah. Favorite clicks here relative to ADP?
I would say I don't know. I mean, I think I don't really have like a strong answer here, man. Sure. But kind of leaning towards Sexton a little bit.
Okay, Sexton, yeah.
A little bit relative to ADP. Sexton definitely has a ceiling, man. Like I think that at 19, he might be my answer. What do you think?
I think it's good relative to the projection. I think I'm going to accidentally be overweight on Bridges because I kind of like him more than the Washington guys.
Yeah.
But I'll be mixing and matching that. I think Trey Mann is sneaky as hell as a scroll tonight.
Okay.
Like a 6th round show up with like a 10-11% owned Trey Mann where Melo gets a couple of those lazy reach ones early. He's in the ball game a little bit earlier than usual. The usage rate's been so strong off the bench. I don't know. I think it's he just hasn't been knocking shots. And I think there might be a little something there. It's thin, don't get me wrong. But yeah, I don't know. Any of the 6th rounders is probably my favorite way to attack this outside of Melo. But yeah, I'll be mixing and matching in the 6th.
Well, we're like on opposite ends there, if that's your answer, because he's pretty much like out there anytime. Him and Sexton only overlapped once against the Heat.
Sure, yeah. Kind of like a 1-for-1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're all pretty fairly priced, and I don't want to fade any of them. Is like
Okay.
the cop out answer.
Sure. Yeah. No, it's fine. It's fine to feel that way for sure because we're dealing with a 239 here with a tight spread. It's probably like the best bro science game environment on the slate.
Yeah, and I don't know that it's necessarily being looked at that way.
Right. Okay. Cool.
No.
Let's turn the page here, dude. Let's go to Warriors Bucks. This is the nationally televised game of the evening. It is it's NBA TV. It's not NBC, TNT, or ESPN. So whatever. I just thought I'd put that out there. But when we're dealing with the Giannis P tag, the evergreen, is there going to be a downgrade? Is there going to be whatever? The national televised rest fines apply to this game. So that's the only reason why I shared that. But he has been listed 2 games in a row now with that same left knee soreness for Giannis. So just be mindful of that one. Still without Kevin Porter Jr. here. And that's really led to point Giannis, man. Minutes are a little bit down, but usage rate for Giannis is insane. He has the ball in his hands way more than he's had the last kind of like year and a half when Dame was there, when other guys were leading the handling, when Drew was there and there's lead handling. This is low key like Zion role, but for Giannis right now in terms of like touch time. And that's a lot of fun, man. That's a lot of fun for Giannis. If you can couple that with the big time minutes, his ceiling mirrors that of Wemby's on a slate like this. Outside of the obvious or maybe not so obvious, is Giannis your 102 today?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I got Wemby over him. Obviously, Giannis is Giannis. Let's not take that away from him.
Yeah. Outside of that being kind of like the quote unquote obvious, Ryan Rollins, the ADP is not going to line up with his projection. He's been playing better than I gave credit. I kind of poo-pooed it the other day that I kind of like, what can we see with Cole Anthony? More of this if we ramp him up and start getting him into the starting lineup or start getting, him taking him out early. Ryan Reynolds has been good. He's good on the defensive end, that sort of deal. Who do you want to click outside of Giannis, dude?
I don't want to click Rollins or Turner, but I do like Cole Anthony.
I feel the same way, man. I don't know. Maybe it's our inherent biases to these players previously or whatever, but like relative to the ADP, like, I don't know. We know the rules about Miles Turner. The rules is, you only click them when nobody else is clicking them.
Yep.
That is the easy's asking. Do the rules apply on a short slate for Miles Turner? Like, I'd rather play Miles Turner than Draymond today, and they're like 10 picks apart. So maybe the rules don't apply, and maybe that's just like a biased take for me. But like,
Miles Turner or Draymond, you would rather have?
I'd rather play Turner.
Okay, I think you said the opposite at first.
No, I think Draymond's got the tough assignment on Giannis today, and I don't love it.
Oh, I'm sorry. So do you like Miles Turner more than Draymond?
I'd rather play him, and he's 10 picks behind him. I don't want Draymond.
Okay.
I don't want Draymond today.
Okay.
I don't want Draymond. It's what I was saying.
Okay.
But yeah, man, I'm in agreement with you, dude. Like Bobby Portis's minutes haven't been overly encouraging yet. Kuzma, man, remember when Kuzma was good at basketball? Because I don't. I don't know, man. AJ Green can get hot from 3, but it's probably way too deep for this slate. Yeah, man, it's kind of Giannis or bust for me right here, or I'm taking a last round pick of Cole Anthony.
Yeah, that's where I'm at, man. I'm gonna have like no Rollins, no Turner, Cole Anthony, yes.
Okay, sounds good, dude. Treating it very similarly there. Let's talk about the Warriors side. Warriors, kind of interesting what they continue to do rotationally, like still running like quite deep there. Kerr's been, you can never take Kerr at his word, but like he's been quite outspoken that like, Kuminga's been playing well. Kuminga's going to remain in the starter, and they're going to flip-flop the post versus pods on any given night. That's kind of going to be like their push point. and Horford's going to play off the bench. You could see a decent amount of Horford here. I still don't think it's playable, and it's probably a bad matchup for him. But yeah, outside of do you have any strong takes at the top end of draft boards with Curry and Jimmy, or let's move down with the next ones?
No, man, I really don't. I think that their ADPs are pretty solid. For Jimmy, let me just double check my ranks. I mean, yeah, I initially had Franz over Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled that back after the Q tag, and I had Jimmy over Sar. So I guess I am getting more Jimmy than I realized.
I think most of the hashtag models will agree with you.
Yeah, I think so too. I think I would prefer Bam over Steph, but it doesn't matter. I'm pairing them together pretty much every time anyways. So that's moot. And then dude, the rest of them, I don't think I have a ton of Kuminga. I don't mind Draymond because I'm Draymond, tough matchup you mentioned, but I'm not drafting Draymond to score points.
Sure.
Drafting to do everything else. Pods feels super gross. I think I'd rather have Cole Anthony than Pods. It's just I hate when the Warriors are on slates. I hate when the Warriors are on slates, dude. Do not like their team.
They're tough.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're tough there. I got a decent bag of Kuminga just because he can do it across multiple categories, and if they need second unit scoring and he's the guy who stays out, I like it. But that might fluctuate if Pods is in the second unit. You know what I mean? If they start Post or Pods instead, that sort of deal. But do you have a lean between who they start tonight?
I mean, so the real question is Post or Pods?
Yeah, that's basically it.
I think Post.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. Just the size of Miles and Giannis.
Exactly. Yeah, Post can shoot a little bit too.
Yeah. Post might be a cheeky scroll tonight if he can find himself 22 minutes or something. Would you rather play Goga or Post tonight in the 6th round?
Post.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Okay. All right. We got a Pods homecoming narrative. Holy smokes.
I didn't know he was a Milwaukee kid. All right.
There we go. Draymond triple-double incoming. I don't know about that, Dave. I don't know about that.
They need to crack a window in his apartment.
Any love for anybody else here, dude?
Not really. No.
Yeah, I don't want.
No, they're too deep.
Yeah, I don't want anybody. I don't want any Horford. Sure, buddy can get hot from 3 or whatever, but yeah, this one's just stars for me.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'll find my scrolls at in other game environments, basically.
Yeah. I think the only other player, like you mentioned, Kuminga. Yeah, I think I'll actually have more Kuminga than I realized.
Yeah, he's in that interesting pivot point of 15-ish, and if you don't like Miles Turner at 18, you're gonna naturally find yourself getting more of that, pocket, right?
Yeah.
Oh, there's Nick, man. Shout out to Nick, second in the crossover last night. He is not playing basketball this evening because it is sex night at his house. I imagine he's referring to Sexton. Oh, yes. Okay.
I thought he was I thought he was watching the show from the top and talking to you.
Nice. All right, dude, let's move on here. We got this widespread game to talk about. This 15.5 here by way of the Thunder. A 231.5. Thunder saw the return of Alex Caruso last time out, which was good. This will be the second game in a row without Chet. Isaiah Joe, who hasn't played this year yet, has had the out tag, has a questionable tag this evening, so keep an eye on that. Still no J-Dub here. Still no Topic. Fuck, man. Pour one out for that guy. Hopefully it's a non-cancerous thing, but he was getting checked for testicular cancer. They're scared of that with him. So, man, that's tough. But, and then Anything else on the injury report that I can remember? Kendrick Williams as well. So, yeah, he's already been listed out there. So we're going to continue to see a tighter version of OKC here. We saw Wiggins draw into the starting lineup last time out there. My money is on the same thing happening again this evening. I'm not sure if you feel the same way there, Nez, but I think it's pretty safely Hartenstein, Dort, SGA, Wallace, and then it's either going to be Caruso, Wiggins, or Mitchell. And I think they prefer Mitchell off the bench, and I don't think they want to overextend Caruso. So I think they go back to Aaron Wiggins tonight.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
At any rate, I think he's like this certainly profiles as a Wiggins game at like really kind of like no matter what happens, right? Like this is just if they're going to treat Caruso like they treated him last year with kid gloves, and I don't know why they wouldn't. Like he's still Caruso. Yeah, I don't know why they would push him.
I agree with you, man. 33 last time out from Aaron Wiggins. Caruso plays his standard like 23-ish. He can still do enough with the stocks. AJ Mitchell has that obviously the usage rate came down. We talked about that, how like in those 14-minute stretches and stuff like that when they were really thin, he was just dominating touch time with the second unit there. But this could be a second unit spot this evening, right? Like if this plays to spread, I don't know. Maybe we see like Wiggins and AJ Mitchell play a little bit longer. And as Habs is saying in the chat here, like SGA only gets 25 or something like that. The thing about SGA only getting 25 is he probably went scorched earth in that 25 to allow for it to happen. So there's the push pull. Like he might be 2.5, 2.8 fantasy points per minute in that 25. Like it's not outside of range of outcomes.
Yeah. That's the problem with like trying to like call blowouts is
right.
You've got all these dynamics as far as like how it even happens. So like we're doing nothing with SGA. Like you can't. I mean, you can. It's very much inadvisable, in my opinion, to take anybody over SGA that is not Wemby or Giannis. I just think that's worth saying, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But it's SGA against the Wizards, man. You play that for sure. He's like, chalk, easy conversation at ADP 3. I think the rest of these guys are worth, obviously, extensive conversations because we've got Bam Hartenstein here. And what the hell do we do? Are we the field isn't budging. They're just like, yep, he's a good play. We're taking him at 12. And and I don't know, maybe you get in the right rooms with people that are fed up and had enough. You can get some cheap Hartenstein, but like, I don't know, man, I'm with the field. Like, he's a really good pick.
Yeah, I ran some autos last night and I had him at 16. Like, I'm done with it. Like, I watched the games and I go, this guy's got no fucking bag. I was like, he's got one left-handed floater from the mid-range and that's it. Like middle of the paint, left-handed floater, and that's it. Like, I don't know. I understand that Sarr is probably the best matchup on the floor. And like you have some tough on-ball defenders, pending how much Belil plays tonight. Pending if Keshawn George could stay out of foul trouble as on ball, like that sort of thing. There is tough matchups on the defensive side from like the Wizards that they present. And the softest of the bunch on paper would be Sarr. And that plays very well for Hartenstein. I'm just trying to go ball knower on this shit tonight, Nez, and going, fuck this guy. I'm done. I'm done with this guy.
And I mean, I don't blame you at all. I'm just kind of going off of what I go off of, and it's leading me to a lot of Hartenstein, man. This is just no other bigs there really with him besides like Jay Will. Awesome spot, maybe for guys who aren't named Hartenstein, but genuinely just a great spot against the Wizards and against Sarr here. I think I'm gonna. Let's see how much Hartenstein I have, because I'm not even like, I'm pretty sure I have him like at ADP.
Mm-hmm.
At ADP, 25%.
That checks out. That means people are taking Bane over him. That means people are taking like that next little tier over him. People are taking like Castle or whoever. Yeah, Castle's in that next little tier. So people are taking that over him, and then you're eating it because everybody has him ranked 14 or whatever.
Yeah, I will say I have him ahead of Sar and Keyshawn George.
Okay.
Where's Bane, dude? Or did I lose Bane in my ranks? Sorry, I'm like going blind here. Damn, I don't know why I had Bane this far back. That was clearly not intentional. He was like way out of sight here. But yeah, ahead of those guys for sure for me.
Okay. Sounds good, dude. People are going to want to play the blowout narrative. Like Aaron Wiggins probably stays on a little bit longer, but isn't like the full dumpster dive late time guy. AJ Mitchell, we talked about the usage rate. He's going to be fun to play second unit and could get some extended burn tonight, get up to like, 25, 28 if the game breaks that way and they take their foot off the gas with some of the other players there. I'm not playing Lou Dort tonight. I'm not playing Caruso tonight. I mean, Dort's going to get more minutes than like that spot, but he's just not a good fantasy point per minute guy. And I just kind of never played Dort. Caruso, I just don't think this is a spot where they need to ramp him up. Kaysen's kind of like my favorite of the scroll bunch here. I would hear you out on J Will too if you want to play it. Just because if this game does go by way of the spread and like you get that little like stretch 5 expanded run for him at the expense of Hartenstein, I'd be here for it.
I like J Will.
Yeah.
I think J Will has multiple ways of getting home. He's starting to play a little bit more. He played 17 off the bench last game. Mm-hmm. You're going to need more than 17 on most nights from J Will. But like he's a stat stuffer, dude. He has more career triple doubles than Shea does.
Woo! That's a stat.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Wow.
This dude's nuts. So maybe he gets to 20 minutes here, like, or, like it is a blowout and then he's getting the blowout run and then he's like filling it up in that regard. Like it's going to be completely overlooked, like single digit percentage drafted. Like this is obviously a deep scroll. I'm not like saying draft J Will every single time, but like live a little, get a little J Will in your lineup. Cause like, I think he kind of has like, obviously like the blowout out is the most likely one, but he may just play a little bit more period, like before the game's even out of the question because they feel like they can. And he's really good for fantasy. So yeah, I mean, personally, I would take him over Kaysen, but
okay.
Yeah, Kaysen's going to play way more minutes.
I will say that in the sample in which we have this year without Chet, there's zero overlap between Hartenstein and J Will. So it is just 1-for-1. They haven't done any double big stuff yet with those. So that's just interesting note that like, hey, if I'm building a team that has Hartenstein, probably make a rule of never J Will in the last round, even if we are playing for like expanded blowout run, just because they're fully splitting the 48. I think you're going to have Hartenstein either get in foul trouble or them blow out early with some of the other players, and then you run J Will. So I think J Will would pair really well with like SGA or something like that, where like SGA cooks for 28 minutes. He's a 2.5 guy per minute, and then J Will comes in to close it out kind of deal.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's like the best thesis that you're going to get.
Yeah.
John, let me just say, put some respect on my guy Jay Huff. 4 blocks last night. 2 boards, 2 dimes. Wow. He shot 5 threes. Jay Huff night's coming, and I'm going to hang on the rim on Nick. I'm getting a tech foul. I'm letting it hang on him. I'm shoving him to the ground like Shaq when it hits.
Jay Huff, a little bit of our dude around here, but Jay Huff's going to have to be on that plane to Turkey with JB. They're going to have to go sit side by side, front row seats at the All-Star break to go to Turkey real quick and take care of some things.
He just needs to drop the top.
Yeah, he literally has to go full Bic job, like all the way down to the scalp.
Yeah, keep the beard, but just drop everything else. It's over, brother.
Yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough look for Jay Huff right now when he's letting it grow out a little bit. Easy for the uninitiated. J-Dub is the good one. J-Will is the other one. J-Will is the one we're talking about tonight. Yeah, Jalen with a Y, as we would usually say when they're both on the slate. All right, Ness, let's keep pushing to the other side there. Let's talk about this Wizard stuff, because all the models are going to tell you the game plays to the spread. OKC takes care of business. It's a tough defensive matchup, and they're going to push down Sar. They're going to push down Keyshawn George. If you just drag and drop the CSV, you're going to get none of these guys. You're going to get auxiliary players from other game environments over them. But there's no sneezing at the fact that Alex Sar had a really good game last time out. It was very bullish that they kept him on the floor after two quick ones, literally two in the first. Like, what centers in the league have the leeway to get two fouls in the first 45 seconds or whatever it was? I think it was 1:05 of the game, and then stay on the floor for the entirety of the night. Not many in this league, right? And we're dealing with situations where Marvin Bagley has the Q tag. They might have like no other five this evening, and they just literally run Sar into the ground again. He was the minutes leader amongst all rookies last year as well. So there's he's the future of the franchise right now in some regards. So they're going to want him out there as much as they can. And then Keyshawn George is going to get a really tough defensive assignment. So maybe some of his offensive rates take a hit, but his usage has been very, very strong. He kind of took over a little bit at the start of the second half last game against the Sixers. These are two young, fun, exciting players to watch and stuff, but this is a very tough matchup.
Yeah, it's extremely tough. I just I'm trying to think, like, when would I take Alex Sar? Because I guess now that we get the Franz Q tag, I could think about it, but like taking him over Miles Bridges does not seem good.
A bridge too far, some might say.
There you go. I'll let you get away with that one today.
Thank you. Only because it's my birthday.
Correct. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll play it a little bit, because there is a chance that like he is taking a leap.
Mm-hmm.
There is that chance, but let's also like be mindful. I mean, putting up 40 fantasy points against Dallas is really like, really that's pretty impressive given the way Dallas is constructed. But like, 40 against Charlotte. All right, so what? And then 58 against the Sixers is like, that's not so what? That's a huge fantasy score, but like soft matchup a little bit there. And
yeah, overtime and only 23 minutes of Embiid. So like he gets a decent amount of Bona.
Yeah, so like this is just not those spots.
Yeah.
You get 25 minutes of inefficient Sar. It's not gonna be good. It's not gonna be good. I much prefer Bridges, who goes behind him in his spot, over Sar, and I don't know how often I'm gonna flip that.
Yeah, no, I feel similarly to you, man. It kind of feels like a spot like last night with like the Julius Randle, where it's like, I know the ADP is wrong. I know he's kind of good, and there's a reason to like him here, but like I don't want to take him at his ADP. But when I'm hand drafting like 100 of them, I'm gonna click him once in a while, kind of deal.
Yeah. If I can absolutely help it, I will. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to hand draft for the rest of the day, but I mean, I mentioned Miles Bridges. What about like Jimmy Butler? Like you're taking Sar over Jimmy Butler tonight?
Couldn't be me, but I don't know. You think the minute ceiling's higher for Sar tonight than Jimmy Butler?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
And when Franz was not dealing with the Q tag, we're taking Sar over Franz?
I wasn't. I was jamming Franz this morning there.
I mean, there's three guys there that I just like will not take over Alex Sar. So I have a feeling the lobbies are going to reflect that sentiment. Like, if not now, then very soon. Yeah, because it's going to be tough for me to get to SAR tonight. I would like some chances to have a share or two, but it's not going to be at ADP 9. Dude,
Okay.
yes. I love the conviction. I love the conviction. Like,
Sar over Franz all day. I mean, there's an interesting push pull to this, right? Where like the Wizards are like the second fastest, third fastest team when I looked last in the league here, but like OKC plays hella slow right now, and they play more half court and they play more setup. If they can get them in a track meet here and get like more run and gun, and this game plays to the Wizards pace more so than it plays to the OKC pace, then I could see a path to liking the Wizards guys more. And then you layer on, if they can kind of keep it close and this team's better than we're currently giving credit for, then we'll like him more. But yeah, I kind of agree with you, man. Like, it's really hard for me to like get overweight this spot for any of them, really.
no, man,
Yeah.
no. I mean, even like just real quick, try not to think about it too hard here.
Mm-hmm.
Alex Sarr or Desmond Bane tonight?
I put Bane on the cover because I like Bane, and I think it breaks right two ways for Bane. Like, if Franz doesn't go, or if like Suggs, who I basically said was going to be out when I made the cover, to be like, okay, now here we go, a little more increased handling, touch time. Let's get the offense going. I like Bane, so guilty as charged with the Bane.
Okay, and then maybe this one, this one might not be so tricky, but Sarr or Stephon Castle?
I think that one's closer, and I think I'd keep Sarr ahead because of the ADP stuff, and the Castle versus Harper versus whatever debate is a little bit closer versus Vassell, like that kind of like trio. I could see it breaking multiple different ways. So I think I would keep Sarr ahead there because I just know the stability in the role.
Yeah, and in a vacuum for me, it's Castle.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Last one. Sorry, just last one. Jaime Jaquez in a vacuum or Sarr?
Yep. Who?
Jaime Jaquez.
Oh, I got to take Sarr there. I love Jaime, but with Jovic coming back tonight, like he's been upgraded. I'm a little worried that I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, this is interesting. Like, if you want 32.3 fantasy points because Bane's ceiling's gone, because the touch time isn't there, because the threes aren't there right now, that sort of thing, like, does it get it done tonight from the third round? I don't know. That's a fair point. That like Bane's like the median mean projection guy, and yeah.
That is true, right? Like at some point you gotta weigh in the ceiling because we're playing fantasy here.
Yeah. Mike's right though. Yes, Jovic should play last game. He was back last game, and they still started Pelle Larsson, and then Jaime was first man up last game. So yeah. Yeah, anyone else on the Wizards that you'd be interested in? Like, Bub Carrington's going to start and play a bunch of minutes, and he's free down here. Below Koulibaly, probably restricted tonight. And we've talked about how he's like a Fugazi mean projection guy, where like he doesn't go to the rack, he doesn't get his offensive touches, but he could fill it up like across the board a little bit. Probably too far on a minutes restriction on this slate. If you want to play blowout narrative, we love Trey Johnson and Cam Whitmore from a rates and usage standpoint with that second unit. Would you play any of that as like play Wiggins and then play Trey Johnson in the last round? Play Wiggins, play Whitmore in the last round?
I don't think I'm going to get that far down the rabbit hole, but I really like the thought process of it. Like I would maybe take some pick'ems on those guys, some hires, and bet that they play more than what's expected. But that would be about it. This is actually like kind of a interesting spot for them getting Koulibaly back.
Yeah.
Like it'll be weird to see what the rotations look like.
I agree with you, man. Like, we've seen such a huge minute ceiling from Keyshawn George. Maybe take a little bit off his plate defensively and use Koulibaly a little bit. I don't know. Maybe Koulibaly only plays 15 minutes off the bench and he's like fully restricted and they don't go back to anything like that. So yeah, interesting stuff tonight. I'm excited to see what it looks like. I hope they don't get like fully blown out, but that would play my drafting thesis right now is this game plays to spread, right?
For sure.
Yeah.
Given that we've got the chaperone with CJ McCollum at ADP
exactly
21 and a half.
Mm-hmm.
He's in a range where it's like, I don't know, man, you kind of just throw your hands up a little bit. I ended up with a lot of CJ. I think I had him ranked too high in my early autos to kind of get a feel for the slate. So I don't have a great read on CJ, but I'm guessing people don't want to take him.
You are guessing correct. I hand drafted like 10 this morning and he falls back to like the Wemby teams on the right side of the board at a decent frequency. He falls back to like 25, that sort of thing. People want to play Sexton, Kuminga, Wiggins, Vassell, Harper, like those kind of names over him right now.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I'm with that.
Who's the first guy to go? Like he plays 39 in the overtime game in a close back and forth up tempo game against the Sixers, right? And his usage still doesn't mirror that of SARS and Keyshawn, right? And then that was kind of like minutes ceiling outcome and pace ceiling outcome. Now, if you look at it through the lens of like tough OKC matchup, slower paced game, good defensive on ball guards on the other side. Now, what are we doing with CJ kind of thing? Like if you get 28 minutes of CJ tonight, like what's that even worth?
Yeah, you're right. It's like, how do you make that make sense?
Right. Like you really have to play game environment and play it plays tighter than 15 and a half.
Yeah, is he going to get Lou Dort?
No, I don't think so. I venture to guess he gets like Case and Wallace.
Yeah, not a whole lot better, but
yeah. Like I don't think I wouldn't think he gets Dort.
Yeah, that range in my rankings is where things get like really strange, and I think I might just like really throw ADP out the window here.
Yeah, I agree with you, man.
Like Wiggins or McCollum tonight at cost, all things considered. Mm-hmm. Who would you? Or I guess.
I think Wiggins. Yeah,
Aaron Wiggins. Yeah.
Yeah, I take both Wiggins over CJ tonight.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I've got Andrew decently high. Yeah.
I think my favorite Wizards play is play Trey Johnson versus the bench in the last round.
Yeah, he played more than I realized in these last two games.
He's fucking good, man. He's a straight up baller. He's a scorer.
Yeah, let me see what happened here in this Philadelphia game.
26, 29, 25, still not starting. Usage is good off the bench. Like let's just get him and AJ Mitchell running back and forth in a game where OKC is up 15 going into the fourth. Let's just get those two out there for the whole fourth quarter, running back and forth as fast as they can, scoring on each other.
He's definitely interesting because he gets run in regular games, regular game scripts, and then in a blowout, he's definitely out there chucking, for sure. But would it be enough?
I don't know. Yeah, that's the evergreen question is it enough versus the other game environments?
It's definitely in consideration in the sixth round there.
Yeah. All right, dude, let's move on past this one. I think both of us are just kind of trying to find, grasping at straws to find creative ways to play the Wizards tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the question. Easy poses it in good fashion here. I mean, I would have used higher or lower instead of this OU thing that you're using here, but lowest score in the winning lineup tonight on a 4-gamer, 32.5. I I think I'd take the lower. Like, I think someone can win tonight if one of the stars breaks the slate and your 6th rounder scores 28, 25, 20, something like that.
I'm definitely team lower here.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, yeah, just range outcomes on the slate. All right, dude. Back to the beautiful unabated for the last game here. This is Heat versus Spurs. Spurs a little bit paced down. Heat are way faster than we've grown accustomed to. Nez gave us the narrative about the NBA. What's NBA? What?
NBA young boy.
Young boy. Okay, no longer me. Yeah, that was we started the show with the young boy, old boy contrasting narratives this evening. This is the young boy narrative with the Miami Heat following the concert tour. This is at 228, lowest on the slate, 6 by way of the Spurs here. Hashtag models really liking auxiliary Spurs, obviously really liking Wemby as well. No De'Aaron Fox, no Luke Cornett, who was getting some backup 5 run there. No Kelly Olynyk. No Jeremy Sohan. No Lindy Waters the third. Shout out to the one girl. Yeah, let's talk about the Spurs side here first. As home favorites here, Bismack Biyombo going to be running some backup 5 this evening. Love just saying that name. Former Raptor, former Orlando Magic. Yeah, just talk me through outside of Wemby at 101. How's the approach here?
I mean, this is like a complicated game to rank. There's a lot of guys that look very similar-ish. Chalk out of the way. I guess let's just like talk Spurs for now.
Yeah.
Obviously Wemby 101. Castle probably slightly underdrafted at ADP 15. Playing a lot, has a nice role. The Heat don't strike any fear in my heart right now. I like Castle here a little bit.
I will say
Harper,
Davion Mitchell's pretty decent on ball, or at least he used to be. I haven't looked into it this year, but
yeah. As a standalone defender, yeah. Give him some flowers there. But and then you get Vassell and Harper in the mix here. Harper's definitely a really strong 6th-round pick if he's available in the 6th-round pick. Available in the 6th round. I mean, and then
people
are
jumping right now. The sushi and 4 guys really like Dylan Harper this evening, so he's up. People got him up in their rankings in a big way right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe get out ahead of that. I don't know where. I don't know. I don't think I confidently have him like above a whole lot of people, but
sure, yeah.
And then Vassell is like another one that's like him and Vassell are very similar in projection in my eyes, and Vassell goes so much earlier, but you're seeing a lot of minutes for him, so like that feels decent, I suppose. I don't really have any other opinions on the Spurs here. It's just like I like Castle and Vassell and Harper, I think can get shuffled around. Like there's a group of like 15 dudes that I just want to like mix and match. And they're part of it.
If you were to be overweight on one of these 3 tonight, who do you think it'll be?
I think Castle.
Okay. So you'll be playing Castle over that kind of like 2nd, 3rd round tier.
Yeah, like I could probably I like Castle more than Sarr.
Sure.
I like Castle. I could put him ahead of Bane. I could put him ahead of Keyshawn George. Like just by way of fade, I could get to more Castle than most.
Okay. Respect it, dude. Respect it indeed. I think mine would be Matt Harper's looked nice with it. Like I want to get really excited. But if everyone's going to jam him like up beside, Vassell, and they're going to just trust the projection and raise him like that, I don't know. Maybe I'll look a different direction.
Who would you rather have here? Let's do it for Harper. Harper or I think maybe that's not a good one. I was going to say Harper or Knipple, but I think it's Harper easily.
Yeah, I think it's Harper easily too. But my thing about Knipple is like all I really see from him is like less touch time Cam Thomas, if that makes sense. Like I don't really see anything auxiliary. I think it's like scoring only.
There's a little bit here and there.
A little bit. Yeah, maybe that was harsh. Maybe that's a harsh comp, but
yeah, he's contributing here and there.
Yeah,
he's not racking up dimes on a Charlotte Hornets, LaMelo team, but he's grabbing some boards.
Maybe I'm still stuck on my judging a book by its cover take right now.
He doesn't look like a hooper, does Knipple? No, he doesn't.
No, he does not.
I guess we're going to get to the Heat in a second, but like Harper or Khalil Ware?
Harper.
Yeah.
I think Ware's an interesting conversation with the Wemby stuff, like the double big scenario, the stay out of foul trouble, that sort of thing. But I think you just play Bam on Wemby.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. I don't know if you want to play double big tonight. They might have no better option, to be honest.
I don't think they do.
Yeah. Unless you want to start Jaime and Nikola together or something like that, which I never put Spoelstra low key like East Coast Kerr sometimes when it comes to just doing crazy shit with his starting lineup. Yeah. But I don't think. I think you just have to start Ware tonight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think so too. But there's he started what? How many games in a row has he started? I'm not even sure.
I don't know offhand how many in a row.
I'll find out.
Yeah. Wemby's usage 31.5 to lead the team. Stephen Castle 30.9. Then a big drop off. Harper with a 23.8 in 104 minutes. So he's only played like 20 less minutes than Castle. Usage rate is like 7% lower. Vassell, the lowest of the four.
Just found out where started the last 4 games. So, okay.
Yeah.
No strong concern there.
Yeah, where on Wemby foul trouble implications? Yeah, I guess you could just put Ware on Wemby for like a little bit and let him eat a couple of fouls. And how long can we get away with this? And then sub out and go smaller and play Bam at the 5 versus Wemby.
Is Wemby drawing fouls at that level?
I don't know. Wemby's definitely been going to the rack more and shooting less threes this year, though, which is like a super good thing for Wemby. It's a super bad thing for everybody else in his way.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Shout out to our guy Car Park. Thank you. All right, Nez. I think we did due diligence on that. I don't think there's any reason to play like backup 5 or anything like that here. This is Wemby plus these 3 guys kind of thing, and that's it on the Spurs side. Keldon's usage is just so far down. The old Barnacle of the Bay doesn't start anymore. Yeah. Yeah, just these 3 then?
Yeah, I think so. Other than Wemby, of course.
Okay. Let's talk about the Miami side, dude. Bam, never Bam, but maybe sometimes Bam. Here this evening, we were kind of talking around the point there. Obviously, no Norm Powell again here. He's already got the out tag there. No Tyler Hero as well. Probable tag on the fake Jokic, a.k.a. Jovic. And no Terry Rozier for undisclosed reasons. Jaime Jaquez, really big stat sheet stuffing performance last time out there, kind of returning to his younger year form here when they actually trusted him and let him play. Very encouraging. We were all over that last time out there. Still playing off the bench, even when we had an opportunity for him to start last time out. They went smaller and played. Actually, Larson's not that small, but Pelle Larsson at the 2 there. So kind of like what they did last year in the postseason when they were missing Duncan Robinson and whatever. You guys don't care. Who cares? Let's move on. Outside of the obvious Bam at like kind of like the 1-2 turn there, Nez, that you said you were in favor of. Wiggins, Jaquez, Ware, and then the auxiliary guys. How you treating it?
Yeah, I'm taking Ware. I was taking a lot of Jaime to start, and then I chilled. Mm-hmm. I like Wiggins. He's not like somebody that I'm like jamming at ADP, but I like him. You know, I like him enough here in this spot. He's going to project decent. There's nothing like I don't see anything to like take a huge stance here necessarily, unless you want to be like, you know what? I think it's Andrew Wiggins' game. Let me give Andrew Wiggins like a pretty significant ADP boost. Like I'll take him. Like you want to take Andrew Wiggins over Miles Turner? Like I won't stop you. I won't stop you on that. You want to take Andrew Wiggins over like Rollins? That's a no-brainer, but like kind of hard to take Andrew Wiggins over Castle, I think.
Right. Yeah, no, I agree with you. Yeah, I think Castle's kind of like the line in the sand where I would agree with you. But I do like Wiggins, man. I like, needing some scoring here, needing some scoring that's potentially away from Wemby. I mean, Castle, if he draws the Castle draws the Wiggins assignment. Obviously don't love that. Like he's pretty good, but I don't know. I think they need some scoring, and it can come from Jaime or from Wiggins. And I think the favorite in the clubhouse would be Wiggins to play, 32 and start.
Yeah. That's how I would see it as well. They definitely need scoring, though. Good Lord. I mean, because sure shit isn't coming from Bam.
But they have been getting a lot of scoring. Like they've put up 148 in back-to-back games or whatever, a tribute to how fast they've been playing. But they were some softer matchups than what we think the Spurs will be, and they were faster matchups than what we think the Spurs will be.
Yeah, that is surprising.
Yeah. I'm glad somebody caught this one, Barnacle of the Bay, as a throwback. There we go. True ball knowers hanging out. Younger form. Yes, his rookie year. I know he's only 24, but like his younger form before he, was mature and stopped banging the coach's wife or ex-wife. These are his more mature years now. I think this is a really interesting question here. This one's kind of evergreen as a stock answer for me, Nez, that I never play Ware with Bam, and I'm very cognizant of it in my hand builds. I think Bam's ceiling outputs are kind of like what we were talking about yesterday with AD, where it's Bam at the 5, and that doesn't pair as well with Ware. In this matchup particularly, like I think one of them's going to find a couple fouls against Wemby, or they both can't be on the floor the whole time, but who knows? That's just my bro science take.
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad take. If you're hand building, I think that's a decent rule to have in place for yourself.
Yeah. I don't care at all because both will let me down. Counter, Bam doesn't have a ceiling anyway.
It doesn't fucking matter.
The bits are too strong around here. The bits are too strong. Actually, shout out to our guy Dink, who had a touching shout out the other day on their Establish the Show, who referenced the Bam zero ceiling as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like, as our friend Jon in the chat says, like the band of projection. I was like, thank you. I did not know you were familiar with my game like that.
Yeah, dude, this Bam thing is like annoying because like you can't like, how are you fading Bam? You're taking Steph and Jimmy, like he's unavoidable.
Yeah.
Thankfully, like maybe it won't matter because like it's Bam versus Wemby, Bam versus Giannis. unless you're going to be a psychopath and give Bam to those teams, which I would not advise. Then of course we would get the Bam ceiling night on those type of combos. But yeah, it's unavoidable on a slate of this size. Like you have to take Bam.
Sure.
Thankfully, it's like you kind of have no choice. I think. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Can you really fade Bam here? Like looking at ADP, can you really fade Bam?
Not with the Franz Q tag. You could have sold me on the narrative of like if Franz was full tonight and he wasn't falling in rooms, that you could flip the board a little bit with like Bridges or Franz at that. But like, yeah, I think you just got to play Bam tonight. And to go to the point of the chat earlier, is 32.5 enough on a slate like this? Bam plays way better on a 4-game slate than he does on an 11-game slate.
In terms of like decisions and like
in terms
game
of
theory?
In terms of raw fantasy points mean more because there's fewer of them to go around.
Yeah. I suppose.
Yeah. There you go. Just to prove the point, not taking Bam at 6, taking him at 7.
Love it. I love it. Like, there you go. Stand for something.
Yeah. All right, Nez. I think that's all of it. I mean, do you want to play Nicola in the last round there? Davion Mitchell, do you want to play a little bit of that handling rule in the last round? Minutes have been strong for Davion. I gravitate to playing like the Jaime and Wiggins earlier in the draft, more so than Davion in the last round. I think Pele Larson's probably a bridge too far, but he had a nice box score last time out when he started. So maybe they just run it back with that as a starting unit and he can find his way up to 30 in a close game. Yeah, I don't know. Thoughts on the last kind of like 3 or 4 from Miami side?
Maybe Davion. That would be the only one that I would like probably consider. I'm not doing Pelly, and I've never been a Jovic guy, man. I've never once been a Jovic guy.
Yeah, people get excited about the rates, but like he never climbs over 25. Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, the one thing we can point them, and maybe they incentivize to play him more, but yeah. Here you go. A little breaking news. Not a full on hoops, but Isaiah Joe is in this evening. I imagine kind of similar to the Blue Bali, similar to the Jalen Suggs stuff of the past. Like he's gonna be playing off the bench and he's gonna be slightly limited anyways. Obviously Suggs not playing off the bench, but like you know what I mean in terms of like soft capped at 20 anyways, even if it goes into garbage time. But it does throw another wrinkle into that situation with second unit handling and second unit shooting because we know he can shoot the 3, right?
Yeah.
All right, dude. Any final words for the people while we rip a couple?
I don't. I'm trying to think of like what's gonna win this damn slate, man. And struggling to see it, man. This is like a pretty ambiguous slate in my eyes, and one that if I had the time, I would probably just be like all over my combos and just be like mixing and matching. I don't have that kind of time, so I'm unfortunately going to be like way more concentrated than I want to be because I'm going to be auto drafting a lot.
Okay. Fair and honest assessment.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but
as you guys can see, using the solver again there, talked through it yesterday, talking about the combos tool here. I haven't uploaded my exposures yet today. I think I've only done 20 of them thus far. Maybe, I think it was 20. I think that's where I'm at right now. So if I do want to go ahead, I would just go to the drafts, to the completed tab. I've done 25. I'm a fucking liar. And you just go ahead, hit the sync, as easy as that. And then you jump back to the active tab and go to the drafts. And you guys will be able to see my exposures in real time to see if I'm a fraud or not. 32% Wemby. I was cooking the 101s in the first 25. Easy game. Get more 101s.
That's messed up, man.
Do-do-do. All right. Board runs off to start as usual here, Nez. We got the Goat Hop Grower in here. We got Spartan, an NBA Dog Bowl qualifier last year. Always got my eye on what he's cooking up out here. And we get the coveted position or not so coveted position that we were talking about, where, as you guys can see, the ETR projection on the right-hand side here, 40, 42, and then a 30 drop-off to SAR there. So it's kind of hard to tell yourself a story, to flip the board here. Yeah, Nez, are we just Steph plus Bam and going to show the people the way, or are we going to flip it up?
Man, I'm doing Steph and Bam, but you got something up your sleeve?
No, we can go with Steph and Bam and show the people and go what's on. We'll just make sure we take Bam at the 7 there. As you guys can see, though, be mindful of the combos, because every time I've taken Steph, I only have 4% Steph through the first 25, but every time I've taken Steph, combo 100% with Bam. So just be mindful that the field is going to reflect that when there's such a stark projection difference between, the external models and how people are seeing it on the site in draft rooms.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the point. I've done some Jimmy Bam, got to beat 3,000 Bam Steph teams. Exactly. That's 100% correct from Easy. That's why the combo tool is so strong, right? Just pull up Franz. If I knew Franz was playing this evening, I think I would. But man, both Franz and Bane, the offense just hasn't looked right yet. And both Franz and Bane are their touches and their attempts and everything's just down. Their usage is down. It's yeah. Yeah, I think this is the one that crossed my mind. What Swish Sanders is alluding to here, the pulling up Bridges. I think that's a not crazy idea. Because Bridges is paired on the left side of the board all the time. He doesn't fall all the way back to the right side of the board. It was kind of like my thesis on Jaw last night, that I just kept pulling Jaw up to the right-hand side there to get unique.
Yeah, I liked that play last night a lot.
And we know Bridges has a ceiling, Yeah, I mean, this is kind of evergreen here, where it's like, do you want to salvage like the projection min cash stuff, because min cash matter out here, and keep the bankroll alive longer by playing the best projectable stuff, or do you want to just go style points and go full John Warner on it? I mean, to each their own.
Yeah, this is a weird slate, man. I gotta figure it out. I really want to.
Colin Sexton goes there. Nez, Andrew Wiggins, I've paired every single time that we've had this front end combo. We could do it again, or we could flip it a little bit and take Jaime Jaquez, say that's the rule there. Kuminga's here, Vassell's here, Aaron Wiggins is here. I'm open to any of it.
I'd say Wiggins.
Which one? Andrew?
Andrew.
All right. We're replicating our ourself in terms of combo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's click all three. Let's figure out what you don't have. Okay.
I don't think you want to go 3 Miami, so we'll probably pass on Jaime. I think Kuminga will be the most paired with this. The projection likes it the most, but I kind of want to do something a little crazier and play the other side, take like Castle or something.
Okay.
Vassell.
Yeah, let's do Vassell.
Sure. Play a little bit of a game environment move there. I think maybe a slightly better iteration of this same lineup, just given Vassell's projection, how close it is to Harper's, would be to pass on Vassell here and take like who was available, Kuminga or Aaron Wiggins there, and then pass on Vassell and then hope that Harper comes to 30. I don't think Harper comes to 30 in a room like this with 5 Red Badgers who probably have access to the S words. Yeah.
All I can think of, dude, is like these Wemby Franz, Giannis Franz teams.
with the Q tag. Yeah.
Yeah. It's out. It's got to be out there.
If Franz, Magic, another thing about Magic injury report, when they list a dude with a Q, it's a real Q. You know what I mean? Like, them and the Pacers are like, this isn't 76ers Q tag. This isn't, Giannis probable tag. This isn't 80 probable tag. Like the Franz Q, when they list a dude, like they actually list him. You know what I mean? Now, whether that means he's hurt or not, I don't know. I said I couldn't find anything hand on the court to share with you guys, but I just from a mindset standpoint, when they list a dude, there's a legit chance he'll miss.
Yeah, probably because it's always been Suggs in the past, and Suggs is always banged up and actually hurt.
Yeah, that's true.
I think that's where that's coming from. But no, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, Gonzaga dog. Yeah, John in the chat saying that he's got a few Wemby Franz before the Q tag, so gonna be plenty after.
What?
Makes sense.
That's crazy.
People are really flipping up the second round here. Like, we can look at some of my combos and stuff. Like, the people are really mixing and matching today.
I mean, probably because it was a SAR drafter. Mm-hmm. But like, I don't know how you let Franz fall to Wemby, dude.
Fair point. Man, you know who's second on the team in the Wiz in usage rate right now?
Who?
Cam Whitmore. Now,
really?
obviously, the minutes are way lower, and it's all off the bench. But projection's going to tell us where. I say never Ware plus Bam, especially never Ware plus Bam plus Wiggins. Pods is fine if you think he's going to start here. Kalkbrenner, Anthony Black, some scrolls. Fucking have some fun, dude.
I like the Black take.
Do you want to put it alongside like a game environment play and go like Kalkbrenner and or Knipple, or do you want to go complete rogue with another scroll?
You want to take J Will? Like, who cares, man? This is not a Wemby team. Like,
let's go with it. Fuck around, find out. J Will ceiling output. I like the J Will paired with someone who gets us to garbage time first, but he could get there regardless of like two quick ones on Hartenstein, because Star does lead that team in usage, so he's going to be going right at Hartenstein's chest. Yeah, a Steph, Bam, Wiggins, Vassell team, so a little bit of game correlation in that middle tier there. And then Anthony Black may or may not start this evening. Kind of prefer it. We both said Tyus would probably start. I kind of prefer it if Anthony Black's just like the usage monster off the bench kind of thing, and they just need second unit scoring. And then Jalen with a Y with that last pick there. There's the Trey Johnson pick. So our guy Lloyd is showing off out here. Love that. Coach hates Cam. Yeah.
All coaches hate Cam.
Everyone hates Cam except for us.
In Cam.
Yeah. Is a Wemby plus Franz in the crossover from last night? Eggers just showing off. Busters has 35. You're welcome, Eggers. All right, let's rip another one, Nez. Hopefully we don't roll that same back end draft slot and we can get a little more creative here.
Let's try it.
And then we'll do a rapid fire of the Primetime Palooza football. Boom! 101. Let's get it. All right. We got friends and family in here. Jeb Bush is in here with us. Tiger Woods, still one of the best screen names. Spartan again. Jared's in here. Mason's in here. Let's do it.
Yeah, this is. Let's see what this room does, and as everybody fights over the 50th percentile finish.
Hey, GA, I just double scrolled, buddy. As we could start talking a little football right now, too.
Yeah, I did a PTP. I've been mostly away from the PTP streets, but yeah, it's a tricky one. It's a classic PTP slate of like, do you want to have a running back or not?
Right. Yeah, play chicken with the room kind of deal. Go ahead and take Wemby here. Minutes a little down against Toronto last time out. That was second night of back-to-back, so kind of just encouraging that he played anyways. And Jakob Poeltl got in foul trouble early in that one, plus the back spasm stuff. So, yeah. Anyways, those were my notes, Nez. I just from memory.
Ooh, I was converting to standing desk and I almost destroyed my setup.
Classic. Boomer asked question, Nez. If you have an Apple Watch and it happens to get zoomed all the way the F in, what do you do?
Pinch out.
Oh, it's the same as the phone?
Should be. Try to pinch out.
All right. It's not.
I have an Apple Watch that was handed down to me from my wife because she never used it. Stupid device, dude.
I like it for the fitness stuff, and I like it for the not having. I'm not a proponent of like people wearing them and then like constantly looking at them, like like as if it's just like a phone on their wrist now, where it's like you're having a conversation with someone and they're getting like constant notifications from like 5 different platforms on their watch, and it's like, why are you even out in society? Like, I don't like it from that angle. I like it for 2 things. The NBA news stuff in the Discord, like when I'm out in real life and go, oh shit, someone got ruled out. So those are the notifications that I have on for that. And then outside of that, it's only fitness stuff, basically, just tracking tracking fitness base.
Sure. Yeah, I like the fitness tracking as well. That is where I'm giving it its use and checking my heart rate, but that's it.
Yeah. Wow, easy with an absolute banger right here. Looking at your watch and reading notifications is like eating fries off your plate at the restaurant before everyone's meal comes. Fucking respect. Mad respect. Love that take. Franz comes back to us. That could be an absolute GM here. Nez, do you like Franz?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. We just
absolutely. That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. And now on a shorter slate, I will loosen my rules like a little bit where I think you can play Bane alongside him. But I'm not sure that I want to. Like, maybe we could play like Castle alongside it, or we could play the projection of Hartenstein. Who do you like? One of these 3, probably.
Yeah, one of those 3. I think Hartenstein, but do you want to do Castle? Because you hate Hartenstein?
No, we'll do it. This will be my one share of the Hartenstein plus Franz plus Wemby today. I think there's a very interesting left side flip the board candidate. I think there's 2. You want to hear my 2 left side flip the boards?
Yes.
Colin Sexton and Andrew Wiggins.
Okay.
Because nobody really pairs them with the 101. They're almost always paired in that middle there. And I think they both have like right tail ceilings coupled with high enough mean projection and safe enough minutes that you could just like put them over here and be instantly different than the field. Like how different is Hartenstein from like Colin Sexton's projection tonight? Like 1 or 2 fantasy points, maybe. And if you alter a minute or 2, like,
yeah. I don't mind that one at all.
Yeah.
I wish I had more time to kind of toy around with those combos, but
yeah, I like that. How awful Miles plus Giannis combo? My take is Giannis has so much handling right now and so much touch time, and Miles isn't afraid to shoot threes and get blocks, that it's not a terrible pairing. It's almost point guard plus shooter, kind of like that. But obviously, they cannibalize a little bit on each other with rebound perspective. Giannis kind of cannibalizes everyone just because he does everything. But I would say it's 4 out of 10 awful. I don't think it's that bad.
I like Nick's take.
What?
It's awful, but that's just because Turner sucks.
That's fair. Ryan Rollins is optimized shoot hangers in both kneecaps.
I'm gonna do it regardless.
Oh man. Yeah, this is true. John's got it here. The meta for the Apple Watches is turning off 90% of notifications. That's the meta. Absolutely. Aaron Wiggins comes back to us. I think that's a welcome sight, especially if you're playing Hartenstein. It feels like a good they both reach ceiling together spot.
Yeah, let's play Aaron Wiggins.
You ready to scroll?
Yeah, we got to start.
Yeah, I don't love the Wendell Carter Jr. stuff with Franz. I told you guys I'm not big on Draymond in a vacuum tonight. I think Dylan Harper and pulling him alongside Wemby feels fun.
Yeah. Let's take Harper. Good scroll. Good board flip.
It might become a little bit more normal as the day goes on here.
Mm-hmm.
But
I would bet.
Yeah.
I think I'll still keep Draymond over him, but yeah.
These guys don't know the rules. They don't know the rules, Bound. Do we have a rules episode?
No, that's a information that you just have to kind of come across organically.
I like it. I like that our little niche bubble of society here also has secrets within the secrets.
The rules kind of get, leaked just like on the show and in the form of bits and stuff.
True. Progressively. If someone's scoring at home in an Excel spreadsheet, for instance, they might be able to piece together the rules progressively.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They could. If they did it like National Treasure.
People won't know how to use the rules.
I don't even know how to use the rules.
Need a double paywall. The game within the game within the game. Some fun picks going down here. We get the Canuple one here. We get the Anthony Black. I think people are going to get wiser to Anthony Black as the day goes on. Obviously, Jeb, a ball knower there. What do we got? Davion there. So Tiger Woods goes Bam, Jaime, Ware, and Davion. If I'm auto drafting and that happens, like that kind of sucks. But like if I'm hand drafting, I probably never let that happen. But I don't know, just playing Onslaught Miami, not crazy.
Yeah, it's interesting, man. I'm not doing that by hand, I don't think.
Yeah, me neither. Nez, we could get scrolling here. Cole Anthony goes there. Trey Mann's kind of crazy. Dude, what about Trey Johnson?
Yeah. They're perfect. Perfect scroll.
Yeah, we played the OKC blowout early narrative by Wiggins and Hartenstein. Wiggins stays on the floor a little bit longer than the likes of SGA, Dort, Hartenstein, etc. And then Trey Johnson gets some expanded burn with good second unit handling and scoring upside because of the blowout run in parentheses.
Yes, that's the play.
Mm-hmm. All right. Perfect. Yes, I'm in lockstep with John here that this would be, this would feel so good.
I gotta go to a Halloween party tonight.
This evening?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're doing birthday celebration at my sister's house with pumpkin carving with all the nieces and nephews and stuff. So
Nice.
what are you gonna? What you got any pumpkins going right now? You gonna carve them up or what?
No, I don't do no carving or nothing like that.
Oh, dude.
No, I'm gonna be. We're doing Princess and the Frog though. Princess
Okay.
and the Frog. So, Mello is the frog. Bria
You're the
is
princess.
the
Yeah.
princess, obviously, and I am Prince Naveen. Prince Naveen.
Oh, okay. All right. Sounds good.
Got a little crown. Got a little shirt. Just doing it for the fam. Doing it for
Yeah,
the
you get
fam.
this is condonable behavior here because if anyone knows the rule sheet to the reason for costumes is family, significant other, child. Like those are the reasons for costume, and you checked all boxes. You're doing it for the sex and for the family. This is perfect. This is great. You're
Staying
allowed to have an
outside the
awesome.
doghouse.
There you go. Awesome. Yeah, our guy, Walt Disney World Everest Yeti.
Yes.
He gives double thumbs up to a Disney approved costume.
Yeah, he knows. They changed Splash Mountain to be a Princess and the Frog ride for the kids.
Oh,
For
the kids, indeed. All right. Ooh, there you go. My wife and I are doing Alan from The Hangover and the Tiger. That's pretty good.
damn,
That's a good one.
that's funny.
I like this. I'm leaving Nick's comment where it belongs. All right, Nez, let's do it, dude. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this slate. Give me 1 second as I pull up some totals. All right, here we go, dude. Couple higher total games for the Island games here. Miami at home this evening, 51.5, 7.5 by way of the Ravens here. The unabated line is 51. Obviously, no Darren Waller in this scenario. Tyreek Hill is obviously done. We're going to get Lamar Jackson returning this evening. Macro note that the Ravens defense has just gotten significantly stronger over the last, like they were a place to attack, especially in the secondary for like a couple weeks there. And then they got Roquan Smith back last week. Then they got Nate Wiggins back. Then they got, he's on the injury report, but he's going to play there. They missed Marlon Humphreys for a game. They got him back. So, you know, if you're looking at historicals in terms of like pass rate over expectation and expected points through the air against the Ravens, I think this Ravens defense was the most complete it's been since week 1 last week against the Browns. Now, that's not a pretty good sample in that game because, you know, Tyler Huntley and Dylan Gabriel and whatever. But I do think this is like the most complete iteration of their defense we've seen in a while, right?
100%. Yeah. Like that was like, if you were not aware of the thesis of the play before, you can't just like flow chart Ravens D and think that this is going to, like, the total's high.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think that this is the Ravens D of old because they've got half their team back and they've changed things up schematically. I've seen on my timeline this morning, it was a pretty good watch. That dude named Ben, I forget who, from ESPN, and Mina Kimes also made a point about this, is like Kyle Hamilton right now, the last 2 games has played 0 snaps at safety, lined up as a safety. He's played 0 snaps.
Okay.
And they've been throwing him on edge, and he's been, you know, like not even just like a straight, like, you know, edge rusher as a blitzer, but just kind of like playing the flat. And he had a lot of success with it. So they're changing things up there too.
Dude, that's,
so like, yeah, they're figuring it out.
That's a little bearish for receiving game of Achane. Like, you know, Achane's explosive as all hell and can beat anyone. But if you have like a safety who is showing blitz, then going drop coverage, then taking the linebacker's role of following in the flat, opposed to a linebacker jumping down in the flat, less ground to cover. That's a very interesting schematic change. Cool.
Yeah. Very, very much agree with like that application of what they're doing.
Cool. Very nice. Anything else macro? Obviously, the Lamar return is massive for the totality of the offense, and that's reflected in the total here and in the spread. Anything else
I mean, these Thursday night games, man, have just been like not kind to the away teams.
Mm,
But like, man, I don't know how the Ravens don't just like fucking steamroll here. I can't,
right.
I think they go off tonight.
Okay.
So that's kind of my take. Now
It-
it's tough because like I don't know that like for a Lamar team to win, like you like I don't know if a Lamar Ollie Gordon team's gonna do it. You know,
sure.
like
Yeah, just speaking to the landscape of ADP, Nez is alluding to the fact that like you really miss out on those upper echelon running backs if you take Lamar. So you really need Lamar to cannibalize one of the running backs by getting a rushing touchdown himself or truly breaking the slate with like 29 and every other quarterback goes for like 15.
exactly. Like it's gonna be it's kind of a tough sell, man. It's a weird PTP. Like I've only done like a couple entries to kind of get familiar with the landscape, and my takeaway was like, I'm glad I'm not playing this one.
Nice.
Sorry.
That's funny. Let's move to the next game here. Actually, this double Monday nighter slate is going to be really fun to talk through on Monday too. I was looking at
Yes.
this, like Arizona versus the Cowboys might have Kyler back, and then all the Raiders versus Broncos, and like Broncos just been nice with it recently. Peaks and valleys of Bo Nix. That's gonna be a lot of fun to talk through. But we got Commanders and Seahawks, man. Commanders saw the return of both Debo and Scary Terry there, but they came with some bad quarterback play from Marcus Mariota last time out. I think he had two interceptions, I believe, in that KC ball game. Kept it close at the start there, but then KC walked all over them in the second half. Seattle on the other side of this one looking pretty healthy. Obviously a tough backfield to break down. Washington also tough backfield to break down right now. JSN 101 on the slate here. And then Jaden Daniels is the big Q tag here. Practiced in full yesterday. Hope to see the same today. Yeah, I just are you playing this as if Jaden Daniels comes back this week and this is kind of like the guy who can match Lamar scores one for one?
Yeah, for sure. This is I mean, I have no reason to kind of think that Jaden Daniels isn't playing. They told us he is and he's practicing in full. So yeah, I definitely assume he's playing. He's like ADP 12, so seems like a pretty decent pick at ADP right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if he didn't have the Q tag and he was fully in for this game, where do you think his ADP would rank? I'll bring up ADP for you.
Like 9. Because
Yeah,
it's not like he's been awesome this year, and he doesn't have Terry again.
yeah.
So I'd say
Okay.
like 9.
All right, 9 it is. 9 it is. Yeah. Like in terms of like ceiling output on this slate, like if either of the quarterbacks break off, like there's no catching them, right? Like I don't really want to on this one. Seattle's defense is good and getting better and getting healthier, kind of similar narrative to the Ravens. Um, but yeah, like you could squeeze the air out of the ball a little bit in that game, and that game plays like way down in terms of total compared to tonight. Like tonight is the 51.5, and this is a 47.5, 3 by way of the Seahawks on the road. Um, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm surprised that the total's this high in that game.
Yeah, me too. Actually, maybe that's just credit to how bad Washington secondary's been.
Yeah, they definitely had issues for sure. They're not a very good defense. Period.
Yeah. Yeah, they used to kind of mask it like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, last year in particular when they were a playoff team. They masked it a little bit by like just having pressure up front, and they masked it back in the day with like Chase Young, like kind of like creating pressure and that sort of thing, so you could get away with subpar secondary play. Like now, even like Marshawn Lattimore's not like good on paper anymore.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, this is like pretty funnily in terms of like I want on this slate in general. Like I want Seahawks and I went
Okay.
Ravens. Like
Cool.
I think both these teams steamroll.
All right. Sounds good to me, dude. Caitlin Clark, MVP in the chat here, rolling through
Shout
with
out
the
Caitlin.
absolute alpha right here. Lamar and Flowers playing in front of family and friends in South Florida. We got South Florida homecoming stack narrative right there. It's not available every single time in drafts, but it's available a decent enough frequency there when the A-Chan drafter decides to not pair Zay Flowers alongside. You can get that one cooking a little bit. Anything else you want to talk macro before we do the position by position, Nez?
No, man. I think you just like I'm seeing these games how I've already like stated in terms of I think Seattle wins pretty easily, and I think Baltimore, without question, smashes the Dolphins here in a little bit of a get right spot for them with Lamar finally returning.
Okay, sounds good, dude. Let's start with the quarterback position here. We talked about kind of like the discrepancy between these two. Without the Q tag on Jaden Daniels, I think it'd be a little bit closer in terms of projection. I think it should be probably a little bit closer there, but Seattle defense, respect doors. Also, like, Jaden's missed a couple games now, and like he's tried to do the snip snap come back kind of thing. I think they do want to protect him a little bit, right? Like this team's got, playoff aspirations. They got big games ahead there. I just think they want to be mindful. So maybe that means in and around the goal line or in and around the 5-yard, in the green zone and stuff like that, that they're running him a little less into contact. And that's what really gives us the Jaden Daniels ceiling.
Yeah, he is like the kind of guy that just like really kind of takes over and does it himself. And I was hoping we were going to see more of that in that Cowboys game here. So like there is that level of like safety and floor with him where like it really doesn't matter how tough the matchup is. Like he can kind of run and will himself, and he's good. I do think Jaden Daniels is good. Obviously, that it could lend us some different results here, but like. Yeah, just the way that the slate sets up, it's really interesting, man, because like him and Darnold being so close, like I think I would just like that's that. There's no second thought, right? I'm taking Daniels over Darnold,
right? Yeah,
but you just don't want to be these flex positions, man. Like you're taking if you take a QB early, you're looking at like Luke McCaffrey as your like last wide receiver, and maybe. Some people like playing that more than others, but to me, that's like that doesn't sound awesome.
No, that does not sound great. Yeah, I agree with you, dude. Yeah, I think it's a win the flex position slate. I think it's a jam 2 RB slate too, just given like the scrolls and the propensity for these quarterbacks that could separate the slate with their legs. So like for me, I kind of want to play Jaden above ADP. And the nice thing about playing Jaden is like nobody's drafting Mariota and you get a clean swap to it. And to be honest, it's like not that huge a projection downgrade because he still has the ability to fall into the end zone with some pushing, not tush push, but like goal line sneak stuff. Plus he runs a little bit. Plus like, we're playing Jaden for ceiling outcome, but he's priced at kind of where Mariota would be anyways. Probably Darnold would flip him, and then Mariota would be like 15 ADP. So like you're getting enough discount that you're getting the ceiling potential if you can get Daniels in the 3rd round, but you also cover your flex a little bit there too. So like I kind of like the idea of playing Jaden at a discount over Lamar today, but I kind of like your mindset of like trying to jam as many flex as you can.
Yeah. I guess that probably would lend itself to more Jaden Daniels than Lamar because you're paying up for Lamar and that hurts your flex position. But yeah, I'm curious where Jaden's ADP like really is.
True. Yeah. The in-room
is he really falling to that far? Like I'm curious.
Yeah, it's a good point, dude. A-Chan feels like a really good pick that I want to be kind of like overweight here, and I'll have him over Lamar in my runs. Just the usage has been top shelf, man. It's been effing incredible. It's been alongside Jonathan Taylor-esque usage there. And if they're in a trailing game script tonight, I just kind of want to play Miami via him. So that feels like a good spot there. Yeah, anything else to say on the quarterbacks before we get fully into the running back side there?
No, I think we can just kind of get right into this.
Sounds good, dude. Any favorite scrolls at the flex positions?
Man, I do not like these scrolls.
No. Yeah.
This
I think
is not a good slate for scrolls.
no, it's not. You're right. I think Jeremy McNichols and Justice Hill are like my favorite ones. I do think the Ollie Gordon role could, have a little bit if Jalen Wright is back to, full go here. Might have a little bit taken away there, but he hasn't really cut into him the last 2 weeks. But I'm kind of like, my Windhursts are up at some point that maybe they start mixing this backfield a little more. And on a Thursday night, maybe they run, 3 running backs or something like that. But I don't think it's viable here. Yeah, that's kind of like the macro. Anything on tight end?
Maybe like you can play some Isaiah Likely.
Yeah.
Tight end sucks, man. Like Miami is such a wasteland because we don't get Darren Waller.
Yeah.
And like, you don't want to get locked out, but maybe Arroyo catches a touchdown. Maybe Charlie Kohler catches a touchdown. Greg Dulcich is a Dolphin. That's news to me.
Yeah, he signed last week and he only played like 20-something% of the snaps when Waller was out. So now maybe you could see a little bit of an uptick in the receiving role. The ADOT and the routes and all that stuff all favor Tanner Connor. So like playing the Dulcich play is like pure leverage, and you hope you play it before you see it because of the receiving profile, opposed to like the inline block stuff. But it's literally, as you said, tight end isn't one that I'm prioritizing very much on this slate.
No, not at all. Like I have no, and like the only reason I'm interested in it is because like you don't want to get locked out, like. Mm-hmm. But if someone's going double tight on in this slate, like just please fuck off, like. Really,
yeah.
like.
Yeah, it's kind of gross for sure. Dude, with the no Terry stuff, do you have a lean on your favorite Washington wide receiver? Beastmer's asking here. Like, I think mine's Chris Moore. I think we saw it previously when Terry was out that like the replacement for that role was Chris Moore. Now, like at certain times, like Jalen Lane outproduced him and out-earned targets, but those games in which he did was with Debo out. So I think it's Chris Moore as kind of like the, not a 1-for-1, but like that's kind of like their idea of replacement in terms of usage. I don't know if you have a different read on the scenario or if it really matters. What do you think?
I mean, I've been doing Luke McCaffrey, but
okay,
he's ahead of him in ADP. So maybe Chris Moore's the better selection with ownership.
Yeah, I think in terms of like scrollability, with your last pick, with your Jaden teams, like one of these 3 and mixing and matching is like totally fine. But yeah, Chris Moore, like kind of professional ass wide receiver. Jalen Lane like had the one nice game, and obviously their rookie pick from this year. Maybe he starts getting a little bit more expanded, but literally just touchdown hunting at this back end. Probably DeAndre Hopkins with Lamar being back and over the illness now is probably the best of the bunch.
Yeah, it's so gross, dude.
It is. It's very gross. Let's rip it and see what happens here, Nez.
All right, I got one draft in me, and then I do need to start getting ready.
Yeah, sounds good. Likewise, there. I will take. People were looking for some NFL Thursday Night Football pick'em stuff. I will take a look at the unabated lobbies right now, and get that set up just in case we can find something there. This game starts at 5:50. Okay, there we go. Interesting. Nothing crazy popping on their end just yet. But
Yeah, Derrick Henry projection right and around his rushing yards. The Tanner Connor higher on receiving yards is okay.
Tanner Connor.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yeah. Justice Hill lower on receiving yards, but guys, nothing is popping in the edge model here. I'll show you guys after we make this pick. Nez, we roll the 102 here. Is it Derrick Henry with Lamar back? Is it Achane? What do you like?
I'm doing Derrick Henry.
Okay. Sounds good to me. Thank you, T-Bear. Zay Flowers, TD, playing into the narrative from Tuna.
That's fun.
Yeah, the unabated stuff, guys, in terms of like Cardi stuff juxtaposed to the markets, like nothing is showing an edge right now. -1, -1, -1. You know, it's all off of feel, I guess. Achane, wow, this guy goes double wide receiver, and this guy gets the Lamar Achane start, which gives us Zay Flowers back here, Nez. I think we just take it.
Yeah, that's a jam.
Yeah, we get Zay Flowers alongside there. Yeah, a little GM for pay Jay the money. Me thinks we might be paying Jay the money with that combo off the start. That's a nice one.
Yeah, Lamar Achane. That's fucking nice.
Do you have a lean between the Seattle running backs? Like Sharps has been getting the short yard stuff. You know, Walker
Sharps,
a little bit
man.
more.
They're so committed to Sharps. Like, it's fucking annoying.
Who do you like here, dude? Do you like doing the Walker stuff? Do you like doing the Jaden Daniels stuff? What do you like?
Let's do Jaden Daniels here.
Okay.
Because I doubt he makes it back to us from that guy.
Yeah, I think I would have taken Walker and dared the other guy at the other side of the room who made a rogue play with the first 2 picks. I would have dared him to be like, he's scared of the Q tag.
And he's going to stack up Jaden Daniels, is he not?
Maybe. You would think so. But you never know.
He is rogue.
Yeah, I mean, I just think the way that like you create the GM in this lobby is pushing the Q tag.
Yeah, I don't disagree there.
Yeah. I also think Jeremy McNichols could be a fun like scroll for us and fill our running back slot on this team because it was with Mariota, but we saw a little bit of pass catching and we saw, 50 receptions or 5 receptions for 64 yards, like just a little bit more usage, not as much on the ground. But yeah, I think it's good leverage off
double
Bill
tight end. This guy's a knucklehead.
This guy's cooking, dude. Cup goes there. We could do tight end and play like AJ Barner here and not get caught without one. And then we could play a stacking partner with Jaden.
You'll have likely if you want, but not that like there's a lot of better options here. Like, do you think Bateman is?
I don't really want to do like 3 Ravens plus Jaden.
Okay.
I think the Barner roll's okay.
He's out there.
He's out there.
He's caught touchdowns.
Sure has. I think there's probably a little bit of leverage tonight in putting the 2 Seattle running backs together. Not a lot of people. They're going to try and pick their winner between the 2,
Yeah. A little fire and ice.
Thinking through the Seattle pass catchers, like the Cooper Kupp role has been pretty strong. Like he's really, we got excited about Torrey Horton early on. But like in the last couple of weeks, the Cooper Kupp stuff. Yeah, I mean it's a one receiver offense where everything is just running through JSN. But like there is reason to be a little bullish on that Cooper Kupp role alongside him.
Yeah, I mean, there is no real like Torrey Horton is just like not a thing anymore. I don't know what happened, but They're just like, they got no plans for him. So yeah, it's JSN like or Cooper Kupp. That's basically it.
Permission to cook, Your Honor.
Get in there.
All right, we're going Justice Hill. We're going double running back night. Derrick Henry scores 2 on the ground. His night is done early, and Justice Hill does enough in your flex position for like 6 fantasy points. That's all you need. Zay scores 1. Henry scores 2. Justice Hill, it's rarely going to be paired together. We run Jaden Daniels in the other game environment. AJ Barner is the 1 touchdown on the whole slate from the tight end position. And then Jaden Daniels, we get a skinny stack with one of the scrolls here.
Which one's it going to be?
I think Chris Moore's safer.
Yeah, me too.
And I think he might have like the big play upside as well. I think Jalen Lane's a little more Debo contingent of an option, but I don't know.
Yeah.
We've yet to see them both with Jaden. Like we saw Jalen early in the year with him, but not since like the little uptick here.
Mm-hmm.
We can look at it in the Fantasy Life utilization report real quick. Debo, Terry, Chosen Anderson, aka Robbie Chosen. Obviously Brown's on there. Yeah, Chris Moore with like a slight edge in terms of the utilization. And if we're right about the role overlap, it's probably Chris Moore for like the X stuff opposed to Terry.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of bro science in there. Respooked, who dropped off a couple Badge Bros memberships. Tua, Henry, Bill, Waddle, Debo, Barner team. Like that's how you win your flexes, and then you hope Tua keeps it close enough.
Yeah, exactly.
To be like, yeah, that feels good. That feels really good. Nice squad. All right, Nez. I was looking for a pick 'em there, but unabated, as I said, guys, we're not seeing any edges right now in our projections versus the market, and I'm not going to force it. I'm not going to force it. You know, like I'm not that guy. Not that guy.
I think just play some Baltimore highers and Miami lowers if you're looking for something. That would be my overarching suggestion.
Uh-huh. Hey, look at this. Happy birthday from Underdog. Gimme. Okay, we got to play one now.
All right.
Oh, man. An Underdog birthday gift? Oh, my goodness. For your boy.
That's cool.
Yeah, let's play something crazy then. This is a not unabated sanction, not financial advice one. We're going to play stuff a little crazy out here. Baltimore hires. Yeah, football.
Flowers reception, says Keith, the Whisperer.
Okay, as a slide.
Yeah.
All right. We can get Flowers up to 7.5 receptions there for a 2.26. That probably pairs pretty well if we don't get docked with Lamar yards. And then we could play like a Ollie Gordon lower.
Sure.
Okay, I'm actually going to rely on unabated here to see. They said, okay, Ollie Gordon lower rushing is actually in there. It's still a little bit negative, but it's in the top like 10 here.
It is approved. Let's go. It is
approved. All right, there's a 9Xer. We'll add the birthday gimme pick here. Shout out to Underdog for the nice little gift for your boy there. And I got errors now. Let's see what happens here. Maybe I got to do that on mobile. Okay. Okay, for the community, we'll run it once here, and then I'll add the birthday one after so that we can all play alongside each other. All right. Drop it in there. Boom. Slider time. Nez has a triple-double pick.
Not tonight, man.
Not tonight. Not seeing the field that way.
I'm sorry. I let you down, GA.
There you go. All right, Nez. Let's call it there, my friend. We'll be back tomorrow. We're off it on the clock. And maybe a no strip. Maybe not. We'll see. No
Yeah, I
strip
got to
would be
figure out what day no strip is going to work for your boy. I need to talk to Bria, but definitely doing one. Got a lot of dog bulls to get in this week, going hard. So stream helps. So yeah,
awesome.
we'll run one. Just got to figure out when.
Okay, sounds good, guys. Ear to the street for the Nez stuff there. Off and on the clock tomorrow with Pete. That's at 3 p.m. Eastern, not at 2 p.m. Thank you for the birthday shout outs from my guy Len Keith and from A.O. Colin in the chat there. Shout out to David for 5 memberships there. And then Respook dropping it off 2 times here. $20 one time, $20 the second time. Mad respect for that. $1,500 finish last night, my friend. Unbelievable stuff. Let's get back to the top of leaderboards tonight. Hopefully, nobody runs better on his birthday than Rotor Run. And for the show, the end. Peace. Good luck tonight.